Right now in Abuja, the political atmosphere is changing very fast. The meetings, the quiet discussions, the body language, the statements being released, everything is pointing to one clear message. Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar are no longer operating in isolation. Their coordination is becoming more visible, and that alone is creating serious tension across political circles in the capital. In the last few days, both leaders appeared alongside other major opposition figures in Abuja. It was not a casual gathering. It was organized, structured, and deliberate. The tone was serious, the message was focused, and the timing was not accidental. When experienced politicians choose to stand together publicly, especially in Nigeria, it usually means groundwork is being laid for something bigger. What is making this development powerful is not just that they met, it is what they emphasized. They spoke about the direction of Nigeria's democracy. They spoke about election processes. They spoke about institutional independence, and they made it clear that they are watching very closely how the political environment is evolving ahead of 2027. In Nigerian politics, perception can sometimes be more powerful than action. When two strong political figures who previously contested separately begin appearing side by side, voters start asking questions. Party loyalists start calculating. Governors start observing. Lawmakers begin to read the room differently. Even investors and international observers begin to take notes. And that is exactly why Abuja is reacting. Peter Obi still commands strong youth support and urban middle-class attention. His 2023 performance reshaped political conversations nationwide. Atiku Abubakar, on the other hand, remains one of the most experienced opposition figures in Nigeria, with long-standing structures and deeper political networks across different regions. Now imagine what happens when energy meets structure. That combination is what people are whispering about in Abuja corridors right now. Some analysts believe this could be the early stages of coalition politics. Others believe it is simply a strategic alignment around specific issues like electoral reforms. But whether it is a full merger or a tactical cooperation, one thing is certain. It changes the calculations for 2027. In 2023, the opposition vote was divided. Many political observers agree that the fragmentation benefited the ruling party. If opposition leaders learn from that experience and find a way to consolidate, the competitive landscape shifts dramatically. And this is where the shockwaves come from. When the ruling establishment sees potential unity among major opposition voices, it naturally begins to reassess its own strategy. Public statements become sharper. Messaging becomes more defensive. Political loyalists begin mobilizing narratives. This is normal in politics. It is not conflict. It is strategy. Because in Nigerian politics, preparation does not begin during campaign season. It begins years before. Structures must be tested. Alliances must be negotiated. Regional interests must be balanced. Funding channels must be secured. Messaging must be aligned. And that process is already quietly in motion. One important factor driving this renewed alignment is concern over electoral frameworks. Opposition leaders have publicly expressed reservations about certain proposed adjustments to electoral processes. Whether you agree with them or not, the fact that they are uniting around institutional themes instead of personalities is strategic. It allows them to frame the conversation around democracy rather than ambition. That framing matters. Abuja insiders say that beyond the public press conferences, private consultations are ongoing. These consultations reportedly involve governors, former lawmakers, youth coordinators, and even technocrats. Nothing is being officially confirmed as a merger, but conversations are active. Many Nigerians are frustrated with economic pressure. Many are concerned about job opportunities. Many are watching fuel prices, exchange rates, and security developments. And when opposition leaders position themselves as protectors of democratic processes, they are trying to connect institutional concerns with everyday struggles. They are saying, in simple terms, if the system works better, governance works better. Whether that message resonates nationally remains to be seen. But the groundwork is visible. Let us also address something important. Unity in Nigerian opposition politics is historically complicated. There are personality differences. There are regional interests. There are party structures with strong identities. There are loyal supporters who are emotionally attached to their leaders. So forming a full coalition is not easy. However, necessity sometimes pushes leaders toward cooperation. If both Obi and Atiku conclude that divided opposition benefits their competitors, then cooperation becomes practical, not emotional. Observers in Abuja say that what we are seeing now may not be a dramatic overnight alliance announcement. Instead, it may be a slow, step-by-step normalization of joint appearances and shared messaging. This method reduces shock within party bases. It allows supporters to adjust gradually. It also allows leaders to test public reaction. And so far, public reaction has been intense. Social media platforms have been buzzing. Political commentators have been debating. Youth groups are asking questions. Party loyalists are defending positions. The energy is high. Coordination does not automatically mean victory. Nigerian elections are complex. State-level dynamics matter. Regional voting patterns matter. Grassroots mobilization matters. Yet, strategic unity can significantly alter momentum. Momentum in politics is powerful. When people begin to believe something is possible, participation increases. Volunteer networks expand. Fundraising improves. Public enthusiasm rises. That is the invisible engine behind coalition politics. Now let us look at the presidency's reaction. Official responses have been firm but measured. The ruling party maintains confidence in its positions and governance record. Supporters argue that opposition leaders are simply repositioning after 2023. This back and forth is normal in democratic systems. However, when official responses come quickly, it shows the development is being taken seriously. And that seriousness adds weight to the headline. Another interesting dimension is generational optics. Peter Obi is often associated with youth-driven political energy. Atiku is associated with experience and long-standing political presence. If they combine narratives effectively, they could attempt to balance freshness with familiarity. And in politics, when everyone recalculates at the same time, the atmosphere becomes electric. Nigeria's democracy is competitive. It is loud. It is dynamic. And it is constantly evolving. What we are witnessing may be the early shaping of 2027. Not through rallies yet, but through alignment. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe. It truly helps the channel grow and allows us to continue providing detailed political analysis.